Hello, so welcome everyone. So this is our, what are we on now, the 5th or 6th webinar for the Trailblazer sessions. Let me just send my my video in so you can see me. So yeah, welcome. We've got quite a few sort of colleges and schools all joining us. We've got also a sort of new addition which I haven't included on this slide, which I thought I had, but we've got Greenhead College joining us today, so welcome Greenhead. But obviously we've also got quite a lot of attendees joining from previous webinars. Also, we have quite a lot of people watch us on catch up, so welcome everyone. You can see here we're calling the Trailblazer Academy, so it's a collective of colleges that are all working with us and partner institutions to basically just get better and do as good a job as we can for our local community. Okay, so today's session's on Flipgrid and Wakelet. It's mainly going to be Flipgrid. We've got Adam Boulder joining us, and he'll go through Flipgrid with you. There's going to be a bit of a presentation, but also quite a hefty live demo, and it's pretty intense, really, demonstrating these sorts of things live. So bear with us if anything goes wrong. Like we said, this is training by teachers for teachers. We're not pros, we're not IT experts, but we're doing our best. Okay, so a little bit about me. I'm the assistant principal for teaching and learning here at Wilberforce Sixth Form College. I also lead work sort of in part for the DfE as the regional and Hull EdTech demonstrator as part of the London Grid for Learning. So we reach out to the East Riding. We've also got one college that we're dealing with, well, we're helping in the Tees Valley, so that's Stockton Bede Sixth Form, and we also do work with other colleges nationally, but we're mainly trying to improve things in Hull, and I do teach A-level biology as well. So it's over to you, Adam, if you want to share your screen, and I'll sort out putting that into the content box as well. So I'd like to introduce Adam. If you want to introduce yourself, I'll put your video across.
Can you see that now, John?
Yeah.
So I'm Adam, teach on both BTEC Level 3 Sport and Health and Social Care. I've also done public services before, and a bit of maths. Other roles include the upskilling manager. I'm also the TLA practitioner, And like it says on here, always looking to learn new skills.
So if you want to share your screen, and then you'll have control, Adam. So if you flick back into the Teams Live event window and share that across, share your desktop or something like that, and then you can flick through the PowerPoint if you can do that.
Yeah, this is the.
It's all right. We'll bear with it. Keep trying. I'll flick to the next bit while you keep trying to share your desktop, and I'll. There we go. I think that's flicked it across. So let me just.
Right,
there you go.
I'm in now, aren't I?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you're in.
Okay.
You've got control. I'll go home now.
Perfect. Yeah, just leave me to it. Okay, so obviously, welcome to the event. If you're joining on a PC or on a Mac, you can see in the top right-hand corner here, you've got a little question mark. So if you want to ask any questions during, then feel free to do so. If we don't get back in touch with you straight away, then we will definitely get back in touch with you throughout the event. So same as well for the phone and the tablet, a little bit different, but same kind of method, top right hand corner, and don't forget to press on ask the question. So if you haven't been to any of our webinars yet, you can see here that we're already on the 6th one. So if you've missed any of these, I'd encourage you to go onto our college website to see what's already been on offer. We've already done the basics of teaching with the teams, the OneNote, presented with Sway assignments, and as we said today, we're doing Flipgrid and Wakelet, depending on how long it takes us to get through Flipgrid. Hopefully we'll get a bit of time to do Wakelet as well. Just to quickly mention, we've got the Teach Me on the 8th of December, and also if you are quite well advanced with your OneNote, then on the 15th, Kelly McGurk will be doing the OneNote Advanced course. So Flipgrid then. So what is it? So it's a video discussion platform where teachers are able to ask questions and students are then able to respond via video message. I think if we look at the screen here, you know, this is what it's all about. This is what teaching's about, you know, seeing the smiles and the interaction from the students. So as you can see, me and John have got our Twitter handles on here. So at Adam_Boulder and John at John Butler EDU. So if you want to share anything or follow us on Twitter for any of the latest updates, then feel free to follow us. So why do we use this, or why do I use this? I think when we're coming into something like this, we actually want to take something out of it. I've watched quite a lot of demonstrations of how to do things, but I think breaking it down simple so everybody can understand is really important. So I will skip through quite a lot quite fast, but bear with me because I will come back to those steps as well. So advantages, it's easy to use, record on the go. Students can record their responses on the go, as can we can set these on the go. And I think the biggest one for me using this with our students is everybody gets a chance to have a voice. I know that during lessons we'll all be the same. We have those specific students who like dictate and dominate group discussions, and you've got your certain students that are a little bit quieter and don't like to shout out. Well, with Flipgrid, this gives everybody the opportunity to record their response. So as this is playing, I'll just basically talk you through it. Don't worry, I'll go a lot slower than it is on here, but it just gives you a quick idea of how easy it is to set up and how interactive it could be. So how could we use it? What's the point in using it? So for me, for like modern foreign languages, you know, if you're doing pronunciation and you're trying to get the students to pronounce things correctly, English, you might upload a chapter of a book and then get them to do a character summary at the end. You might do specific articles and summarize key points in the articles. I'm just going to skip on to this as we're currently talking. I know with, before we get on to this part, I know with the practical, certainly the practical aspects, when I did practical team sports and when we went into lockdown, one of the problems I was still doing the practical team sports unit. So what I did is I used Flipgrid so students could record videos of themselves and then send them through to me so I could actually see their techniques and tactics. So it was really good tool. I know for like music, if they want to record a performance, I suppose the only issue you'd have is if they're doing something like Meatloaf and the song's 12 minutes, because as we will touch on, you only have 10-minute recording time. Another one that we could look at is sending highlights of sports fixtures, but we will come on to that when I create the actual topics later on. So creating a topic, so it's just a discussion prompt, anything where we want to ignite conversation with any of the students going on. So the second thing that we need to do is set the access and to share it. So really important point here that when you set it up as the private, so you'll be able to see at the top right hand corner it says private. When you at the students, so at wilberforce.ac.uk, I know that only students with access to those emails can actually get in. So really beneficial. I will show you how the public one works as well, because we might do a bit of audience participation, hopefully, with the one that I'm going to set up a little bit later. So once we've set the access, then you just get a join code. You can share the join code straight to Teams and or Google Classroom or whatever platform you're using, and it's simple as that. They'll sign up and then they can do their own responses on their mobile phones or on the laptops or iPads if they've got access to those devices. So as we're going through this, because I do want a bit of audience participation towards the end, if you're watching this on a Mac or on a laptop or anything, and you do have access to your phone to try and download the Flipgrid app, then that would be fantastic. So yeah, like we've touched on, we know now students, they're far more advanced technology than I certainly am. So this is what they're all about. You know, you look at the TikToks and stuff that they're all involved in now. They're all on social media. So for me, this is a really good way to engage with the students now. This is their era now, isn't it? And this is how it's moving. As teachers, we need to move forward and adapt with the times. And I think that's the biggest thing about what's happening with Flipgrid. Another thing that we will touch on is a thing called Shorts. So this gives you the opportunity to record your screen. As you can see, you get the chance to pull lots of funny faces and input borders and text, and you can talk through specific recording your screen. So if I want to demonstrate how the students need to access Flick training, I can actually visually show them how to do it. It's a really, really good tool, but we'll come on to that later on. Okay, quick example of once I've copied the code, if I just want to then put this into my Teams page, as we can see here, I've just got click onto my group and just copy and paste this in. Once I add my team, they will all get a notification to say that they've got a new notification. And I've used this as Flip Learning as well. I suppose as we can see on here, I've just got them to do this, made sure they've done this before the lesson in the afternoon. So just record the responses. So I found it really, really, really useful. Discovery library. So there's people like me all over the world doing these Flipgrids. So you can actually search for Flipgrid. You can get in touch with other people that are on Flipgrid to share ideas and to share different topics. We won't really touch on much on this today because I don't think we'll have time, but it's pretty self-explanatory. So when we get into the proper training, if you're enjoying it, don't forget you can at Flipgrid and tag them into the training that we're doing. It'd be great to see how many of you are actually enjoying it. And once you've actually taken part in this or used it, if you could at me or John and show us what you've done, that would be fantastic. So the first screen, once you load up Flipgrid, you're going to get the option of an educator sign up. So as we can see the arrow in the top right hand corner. So like I said earlier, if you have got chance and you're interested in joining in or using this, if you could start signing up now, if you've got access to your phone, that'll be great. You then get the option to sign in with either Google or sign in with Microsoft. It'll then take you to your account at the college, sign in the normal way that you would do, and then you've got the option to include your profile. So I know when I did my profile, it gives you an option here of of your age. You have to put in your date of birth. So I'm currently 21 again. So I don't think they check up on that. And then once you're in, this is the page that you will then eventually see. So as we can see on here, you've got your discussion page, where in the top part you've got the discovery, activity, mixtapes, which will be a different another webinar we'll probably do, and the shorts and the grid pals. So there's a lot on this page, but like I said, we'll go through it all as a presentation to be able to show you. So finally, just before we go on to the demonstration.
Could I just cut across you? Just got a question, Adam, that maybe you can deal with now.
Yeah.
Do students need the app, or can they click the link and away you go? Could they use the browser?
They could go through the browser, but ideally they need to download the app, yes.
Cool. And there's another one. Can we see the sign in screen again? If you could navigate back to that.
Not a problem. So we've got you've got a few. If you've got educators sign up, obviously if I'm already logged in, so mine might look a little bit different to what you're seeing, guys, on yours. But you should have the educator sign up, and then you can sign in with your Microsoft or Google. Our slides have changed, John. So this slide may be in front of once you've created an account to actually go back into your college site. So those two slides might be the other way around, but same principle. It's pretty straightforward. If I can get into it, then I'm sure you lot can. So yeah, as we were saying on here, this will be like, you can see now that I've recorded a Flipgrid, and I can see my responses now underneath. So, but once I share my screen with you and show you the live demonstration of how to do it, we'll go through all of these different things that you can do with Flipgrid. So, right.
Catherine says hi, Adam.
Hi, Catherine. How are we doing? How's the dark side? I shouldn't be allowed to say that, should I? Okay, right. So moving forward then, so I'm going to have to stop sharing my camera now, so my face, because I'm going to need to use the camera for Flipgrid, otherwise it won't let me use it. So I'm just going to toggle through these.
Now we've practiced this, so this will be seamless.
Yeah, perfect. So I need to stop sharing this one.
Yeah, and then that should send you full screen. There you go. If you just share it again, and I'll add it in and queue you up.
Yeah, I've got to turn my camera off.
Yeah, turn your camera off.
See you on the other side, guys.
See you later.
So include audio. Desktop.
That's it. There you go.
Okay, I'm just gonna have to get onto this screen. That's perfect. We should be on now. Is that right, John?
Got you. Yeah.
All right, perfect. So now we're all on the landing page. So now we can actually go through exactly what we can do on here. So as we said before, here we can see the topics. You can see that I've already produced topics already. I've got 14, I think we have down here now. So all different topics that I'm using within my class. So we'll start nice and simple. As we can see up on the top, we've got the different activities that we can click on. So if we go first into the top corner, I'm just going to show you the profile page, just so you could add your pictures. So once I go into my profile, you can see here yours will be slightly different because obviously you won't have a profile pic. But once you click on this section, it's then going to give you the option to upload a picture from your documents or from your shared area. And we start to scroll down. Then I've inputted my details. So if we can see here, this is just obviously what's going to see, and we've got what age range that I'm predominantly working with. And then if we can add our social media as well. So this will have direct links to what our social media page is, so that we can see that there is my bio. And when I scroll down here, obviously there is my Twitter handle. I haven't got any others on Facebook or Instagram. Well, certainly not for educational purposes. So pretty simple. Everybody will have done this before in uploading a picture, so there's no point wasting too much time going through that. We'll get into how do we add a topic. So then the first thing that we're going to do is click on this button here. So add a topic. So these are classed as like grids. So you've got different grids, but within the grids, you've got certain topics. So we might as well create one. So let's create remote teaching. So within here now, I can now put a prompt in about a question that I want to ask. So what do you like about remote teaching? Okay, so I can add this in now. Right, now what I can do as well is now it gives me an option to record a video. So if I wanted to add a little bit more information about the remote teaching, then I could click on the record a video. We'll do this one first. So once we click on the record video, it obviously brings your face onto the screen. So like it or not, your face will be on the screen. And if we can see first in the top corner, top right hand corner, this is 10 minutes. So that's, we only get 10 minutes of recording. But once we're doing short, sharp things, it's more than enough time to record. I will show you some of the little options, but I'll leave a lot of this until we move on to the shorts part. So when we click on the options button here, we can upload a video clip. So if we've recorded a video clip before, that's saved to our computer, we can upload one here. Mirror the video. So if I want to change the side I am, because I always wondered why do we have this, but then if we look at it logically, once we point to a specific side, if you're not mirroring it, it's obviously going to the other side. So once I split my screen, which I'll show you in a minute, it doesn't marry up. So you can make sure that you've got that the right way. You've got the option to mute and record screen as well. So once I click back off these, I'm just going to leave this. So we can go on to the effects. So once we click on effects, now it brings up a tab with loads of different options. So if we do click on the filter tab, once I click on one of these, it's going to change the background or what I'm looking like. So we've got the green machine and we've got pixels as well. So we can use any of these. If I want to take it off, I'm just going to click on a different one or go back to the clear filter and clear the filter. So we'll just do one for now. We'll put a rainbow one in, and then we're going to click the back button to bring up the other options that we can use as well. So if I decide I want to put a frame in, so let's do one, a unicorn for me. So once I click on the frame, now it looks pretty. We can also look at different options like breaking news. So you can play about with this as much as you want. So if I'm going to, let's just keep this one on for now. So I'm going to click back. This clips on. So for some of the students, some of the shy students, they don't want the faces on. So the emoji part's a great one for them to use. So they can click on the emoji, click on a smiley face. And then what that'll do, that'll load it up onto your screen. There we go. And we can make this bigger. So if I've got a big head, then I can make it bigger. And now the students don't have to worry about having their face on the screen, which is a really good one. If we go back in and look at the emoji section, we can see up here, then you can search for the different stickers. We've got loads of different options. There's hundreds and hundreds of different options for them to choose from. So If I wanted to put some glasses on, it's going to load up the glasses, and obviously we can have the glasses on as well. So you can see it's quite fun. Students will enjoy doing this as well. Then if we want to add a text, we can add text, and by loading up the different text messages. So if I click on the superpower one, and we're doing teaching, I can now just click off the side. So once I click off the side, I can now move this around. So if my face is in the way and I want to move it around, I can move it all over. I could also make it smaller by dragging it in or making it bigger. Okay, so pretty straight, self-explanatory. Obviously you can change these, so you can use different types of text. You also get the option to put a board in. So if I want to concentrate on a board, let's use a notebook. So if we can see here, what we can actually do now is split the screen. So if I want to put writing on the other side, and I want my face to be smaller, and get the remote teaching over on this side and move my glasses back across, I can now put the information down on the right hand side. So I can change this whenever I want. So I'm just going to go straight back into the board, and split the screen again if the information's not important and I want my obviously self on the screen. One final one is if I wanted to add a photo. So this is where you can upload the photos from your desktop, but we're not going to do that just yet. Once I have done this, now I'm ready to record. So when I press record, it just gives you the countdown, and I can start talking now about what I want the students to do. So I might say, what's your favourite part about remote teaching? So once I click on pause, if I am not happy with it, I can redo. It will let you redo. You will have to start all the images and the glasses and everything again, but you can obviously redo it. Once I click next, it's going to take us onto a new page. Down. And I can start talking now about what I want the students to do. So I might say, what's your favourite part about remote teaching? Okay, perfect. So once we've done that, if I want to add more, then I can click on the add more button and it will let me add more. So I'm just going to say, who's your favourite teacher? Pause. Click on this, and now we can see John. And I can start talking now about what I want the students to do. So I might say, what's your favourite part about remote teaching? So once I click on. So this works well if you're doing certain instructions and you're not going to be able to do everything for 10 minutes straight off. If you wanted to break it down and do specific instructions, then you can do that as well. If you're not happy with a certain part of the clip, if you click on it down, and I can start talking now about what I keep hearing my voice. So I have the option to delete the clip, but I can also edit the clip. So I can, if I didn't like the last 3 seconds of that clip, I can now cut it. So once I press confirm, it will get rid of the last 3 seconds that was on that clip. And as you can see, I can start talking now. It's brought the time down from, I think that was 16 seconds down to 11 seconds. Okay, so finally then I'm happy with what I've just done there. So we go on to the confirm, and now you get to either take a selfie, upload, add a name tag, or select a specific frame. So the reason you might want to do this is if you don't have all the frames or the different backgrounds, and you're not happy with your face at the specific time, you can press select frame, and then we use this once it loads. We can skip through and see where we're happy with the picture of us. Really, that's what it's all about, making sure we look okay. So once I'm happy with that, I now click confirm, and confirm, and now it's going to upload. And as we can see, the upload has been successful. So I'm going to press on complete. So now what we have is we have our topic, what it is, and now we have the media that's attached to this as well. Once I scroll down now, this is where we have the permissions. So if I want to assign this to my students, I'm going to have to at wilberforce.ac.uk. The good thing about this is that means nobody else without a Wilberforce account can access this. Really important one, I suppose, for everybody, really. We will touch on a public one a little bit later, hopefully, if we get time to do that. So, important thing then, when we scroll down here, we now have the option for topic moderation. And with all students or staff, this gives us the option to actually watch the video before we actually send it live. So if any of them are messing about, then we obviously have the capacity to stop that video going. On here, this is where you have the option to flip between video and text, or video comments only, or text comments only. So if I give them the option to do a video or a text and they're a bit shy, then they might only decide to do the text, which is fine. However, if I want to see them visually do it, or the audio of them doing it, then I would obviously click on the video and comments to give them the option. We also can click on the recording time. So for argument's sake, if I don't want to hear 30 students doing a 10-minute clip and I want it to be short and brief, then I can set the time to however long I want it. So if I'm happy with they can get enough information for that within a minute, then that's more than enough. It automatically sets to the US. I'm going to set it to the UK, and we do have other options. I might touch on a few of those a little bit later if we have time, but just to show you what it looks like, once I press create topic, your topic is right now ready. So as we can see now, we've got an individual Flipgrid code. So this is directly linked to the Flipgrid that I've just created. So if I copy the code, it'll tell me it's been copied. So now I can import this straight into my Teams page if I want to. We've got obviously Google Classroom, or we could share the QR code. If we get time to do the staff one later, the audience participation, I'll try it with the staff QR code, because on this it'll load onto your screen. You can use your phones to load up your camera, open your camera, and it will take you directly to the Flipgrid. So if I just show you a little demo, if I was to set it to my Teams page, I won't send it because it's remote learning, but I'll show you how it looks. So we'll see in a minute, it will come up onto the say something about, and as you can see, it gives them a visual view as well about what it is, and it also gives them the title of what it's surrounding. So for me, if I'm going to search for my practical unit, so we're going to go practical, I could put this straight into Unit 7 for practical for me. Once I click on that, then it gives me the option to share. Once I share it, they then will get a notification to say that you've received a Flipgrid. You can now record your response. So just let me close that part down. So, like I said, if you've got questions, put them in the tab, and we will try and answer them. If I can't answer them now, then we'll obviously definitely get back to you. So from here, we can see here we've got the code. So another really good point here, we've got the immersive reader. So for accessibility, this is great. And this topic is being moderated. So anything with a little hand up means that the topic is moderated. I'll see if we'll do the immersive reader just so we can show you, as long as it didn't throw me off. So
what do you like about remote teaching?
Okay, so I'm happy with my voice on there. So I can just click on the back. So that's great little accessibility tool. So you can see now that I've had no responses so far, but once I would have share it, this is where your responses will come back. So if we just look at this part, the actions, so this is where you can edit your topic. So if I've set it and I'm not happy with what I've done or what I've written, or I want to add a bit more detail, then I can edit the topic. I can personally record a response if I want to record a response as well. I can hide it, so if I'm not ready to share it just yet, I can hide it for a later date. And if I wanted to add it to a group, which we will show you a little bit later when we talk about the groups. If I want to duplicate the topic, so this is a good one as well, because certainly for me in health and social, I'm teaching 3 different classes, but I'm teaching the same units to those 3 classes. So instead of me having to download it and have the full group, I can have 3 separate groups. I'm obviously getting the responses. Saves me work really, having to create another one. So a really good thing to do. So if we click back to the discussions, so we can see that that discussion that topic has now been created. This has changed from 14 to 15, and in the top on the next to it we've got the groups, which we're going to come on to in a minute, but it shows here on this side where we've got active, frozen and hidden. So this topic is now active, so students can respond to this. If I'd set them a deadline of when I want it in and I want to freeze it, then I can freeze it so they can now not respond after this time. And if I want to hide it, so if I want to get my topics all sorted and get them ready, but I don't want students to see them just yet, then obviously I can use the hide button. We've touched on the share button, the different ways to do it, and the actions is what we've already done. So if I now go into one of these, so let's just look at, and I've got a demo one. Let's use A&P because I've not uploaded any media yet. So we can see down here now that I haven't actually uploaded media. All I've done is put name 5 muscles in the body. So if I want to add the media now, I'm just going to add topic media, and it's going to bring me back to this page. So where we were initially as a new topic. Now again, it gives me the option to record a video. So I could record a video, I could upload a video from my computer, I could go onto YouTube if I wanted them to watch a clip from YouTube before responding to this, then I could upload a clip. For argument's sake, if I did a Kahoot and I wanted them to do the Kahoot before they answer the questions, then I can input the Kahoot straight into there. So let me show you how to do it, even though that this is going to be a different one. No, we'll do it for the remote one. Let's go back into the other topic and then it should ring true. Okay, so if I go onto this, I've got my screen up here where I've got a response. So that would be exactly the same as putting the Kahoot in. So I'm going to show you on the anatomy and physiology one how to input a Kahoot. Even though this Kahoot is not relevant to anatomy and physiology, it's about remote. So I'm going to click on. Now it gives you the option here to add the link. So I'm just going to have to click off and onto my other Kahoot page to grab that link. Hopefully it's still loaded up. So I'm going to copy my URL from my Kahoot, paste it into here, and now add the media. So now we can see that the media from the Kahoot has been added into here. So all I need to do now is scroll down and go to update topic, because I added something new. I need to remember to update the topic. So we click on update, and now we can see that we've got the Kahoot in here. So really good tool really to set the students off, like some independent work, you know, go and answer the question to these Kahoots. And we know sometimes that the students will fly through these different types of resources and they're maybe not taking it in as much, but by asking them the questions at the end, it means that they have to respond to those questions. So I think that's really important as well. Another important thing is if you want to print out the QR codes for each of the students. So we can see on this one, we've got the responses from people here. So obviously I've recorded a couple of responses. We've also got Lois T, who's recorded a response. One bit of important information that's probably forgot to tell you actually is we can see here with the responses, this is hidden. So this means that the other students can't access their fellow students' videos. I get that from quite a few of my students saying, well, I don't want the other students to be able to see my video. As long as I set them to hidden, they can't access them. We have the option to activate it or to make it active. Once I click on the active button, that means now that anybody in the class or in that group can now watch the video. Okay, so probably quite an important thing to be able to point out. So once I touched on earlier about say like music or practical sports, if they're recording themselves and we want to send something off for like moderation, or we want to send like proof, if we click on the action button down here, so this is going to highlight the ones that we want. Let's just say if I wanted all 3 of those videos. Once I've clicked on it, I can click on the action, and now I can activate a response. So I can actually respond to these, which I'll show you in a minute. I can print off the QR code, or I can actually download these videos now. So just let me click on the download. So it tells me that I'm going to be downloading the video, and I can send it to an email. Hopefully this works like this. It's not letting me download them. Okay, I'm not sure why that's not working at the moment, but basically what you can do is you can click on that and you can download the videos, and then they'll save them as files. So obviously you can just open up and upload them to your OneDrive, so they're all in the same place. So if anybody asks for evidence of the practical team sports videos, I've got evidence. I know that definitely does work because I did it earlier. So I don't know if it's because I'm sharing my screen or my camera, sorry, that it might not be doing that. So let's go back then into discussions. So let's see if we've got time to add one. Let's see if we can do it then. So add a topic. So what we're going to do is let's do keeping the spirit. So Christmas, and what is your favourite? At least we know we can right click and favourite Christmas song. Okay, so I'm going to record, not me singing, but I'm hoping that some of you do this. So I'm not going to mess around with all the effects. In fact, we'll just put a frame. Breaking news. So hi guys, can you record a quick video of you either telling me your favourite Christmas songs, or you could go one better and sing your Christmas songs. So once I've paused that now, and I click on next. So hi guys, can you record a quick video on here? I'm just going to skip through this quickly, guys. So that's now complete. So what I would need to do now is set this to public. So if I set this to public, anybody should be able to access this. I don't think anybody's going to spend more than 1 minute 30 seconds, though I know a few of you might want to do that. I can't give you that option really. So now I'm going to create the topic. So now we're all set. So I'm not going to copy this QR code. So this is where I want you to, if you've got access to a phone now, I'll put up the QR code on the screen. So if you've got your phone, if you can load up your camera and then log on, I'll do mine as well, but I don't think I'll be doing any singing. So I'll just leave that on for for 20 seconds, just in case somebody is rushing to get the camera to do a song. Or if you haven't obviously got that option to view the camera, remember you've still got the code here. So if you go onto your Flipgrid, if you've uploaded or downloaded Flipgrid, sorry, you still have the option now to do the join code. So as we can see here, this is your join code, and this is what the students will see as a student view. So they'll have the video, it'll tell them about Christmas. I can do the immersive reader again. And now, once they scroll down, they have the option to record a response. So for argument's sake, it will obviously make you join in with this, which I am not going to do, but I am going to refresh my page in a minute to see if anybody's going to do it. So I'll come back to that one to see if anybody does. As I'm waiting for people to send me your Christmas songs, I'll quickly go onto the groups page. So this is the group. I'm just conscious of time. This is the groups page. So if I've got like a PE group, as you can see here, I've got a PE group, and within my PE group, I have my topics. So I've got 2 different topics within the PE group. So the tactics and the techniques and tactics, they're in 2 different sports. What's interesting is if you're teaching with another teacher, which is really useful, you've got an option here to add a co-pilot. So if I'm teaching PE with Steve and I want to add him, I can add him to be a co-pilot. So this is really useful, and now he has access. So once you go back onto your groups, if you look down here at the groups, you can see the little aeroplane at the top right hand corner. I think that's in the top right hand corner for them to be able to add responses as well, or to change the actual assignment or whatever you're setting within that group. So if to create a group is exactly the same. So if I wanted to create a group, well, this is quite good as well once you create a group. So if I wanted to create football for my teams, once you get a join code here, if you can see it brings you up an automatic join code. If I highlight the last 4 of those numbers and then I write football at the end of it, you can see that this is available now. So that's going to give him an idea of what it's like. So once I click on next, so again I'd have to at my students at wilberforce.ac.uk. We could do guest password if we wanted other people to join, but we need to set the password there. But if I'm doing this for me and for Steve, I'm not going to duplicate. Now you can see here it's set as Boulder Football, so they all know now what it is. And again, I've got the option to share it to all their different access points. So go to the football one. So if I wanted to add Steve as a co-pilot, I would just click on the add button, and then that would enable us to add Steve to a co-pilot. The other good thing about this is we can edit. So we should be able to add different pictures. Okay, perfect. So as we can see here, now we can add pictures. So if I wanted to add a picture of our footballers, let's hope we've got a picture. So I'm going to just scroll. We should have. There we go. So football team. So what this is going to do, allow me to crop this picture in, crop the image in, update group. And now what this will do is, as you can see now, it's put their team picture on as well. So we do exactly the same if we were sharing it to the teams page. So if we're sharing it to our football male and female team, we would just share this link and directly put it into the teams page. So I am conscious that I am actually rushing through through this, but I just want to show you as much as I can. So now we can see the group has been created. We've got a visual picture of the group. So they can obviously now respond to this. We can see it's active, as we've already spoken about before. So I'm just going to go back to topics, load the Christmas, and see if we've got any brave characters. Oh yes, we have. Nice. So before I play this, is Tony happy for us to play it, John? Are you with me, John?
I'm still here. I was trying to download the Flipgrid app. He's submitted it.
He's submitted it, so he's all right, is he? So now if I want to see what his response is, I click on the response.
Probably say Christmas Time by Cliff Richard.
Oh, good choice. Good choice. So as we can see now, this now gives me the option to send feedback. So I can send a comment back to him. So great choice, and I can respond with a comment, or I have the option to record a response back to him. Yeah, so exactly the same. So if I recorded a response, so I would quickly do this. I am rushing. So my favorite one is Jingle Bells. So I would click on next. I'm not going to mess around taking the selfies. Just going to crack on. I'm uploading the video.
Which version, Adam, of Jingle Bells?
Jingle All the Way.
Yeah, but who sung it?
I ain't got a clue. But as we can see now, that response has now gone back to Tony. So Tony can see. Likewise, if I was giving feedback and I said, yeah, that's a really good answer, but now can you sing a version of it now, Tony? So we would be able to interact a little bit more. So great tool, great for interaction. And now I'm just going to skip back off there. I cannot believe Lucid has not done a Christmas song there. But we get the idea. So finally then, because I'm rushing through, if anybody has any questions about Flipgrid and they want to give me a Teams call or anything, then feel free to put it in the chat and I will, no problem, I'll give you a call and I'll talk you through it a little bit slower. I'm just conscious that we had quite a lot to get through.
I think someone's published for you to actually do a bit of singing, Adam.
They wish me to do singing.
Yes, please go ahead.
The only time I ever did singing was initiation at football. I won't be doing it again. So I'm going to quickly show you the shorts and why I use the shorts, what the benefits are. So as you can see, I'm quite a big fan of shorts. So I use the shorts as instructional videos. So if I want to show a member of staff how to access something on Teams, then I can record a short. I'll quickly do a demo because it gives you the option to record your screen as well, which is brilliant. So for argument's sake, if somebody didn't know how to access Kahoot, I could record my screen and it's going to obviously capture my screen recording. So once I click on this, it's going to give us a 3, 2, 1 countdown as it would before. But now I would click straight onto Kahoot to say, right, to access Kahoot or to access the code, this is where you need to access it. Copy the code and access it back into your Flipgrid page. So once I stop sharing, you'll see countdown as it would before, but now I would click straight onto Kahoot to say, right, to access Kahoot or to access the code. As we can see now, that's recorded our full screen. So this is a great tool to, certainly around Teams, if any staff members are struggling to access certain things, or certainly my students do this a lot as well, where I can't find the assignment. So I can actually load up my page, load up my Teams page, and I can talk them through exactly where the assignments is. So they've got no excuse to say, well, I couldn't find it. So I'm just going to click next to confirm that one. I think I just like uploading these videos. So quickly, I'm just going to close that, so we're back into the shorts. So I've, like I said, done this for instructional videos, done it to talk to other members of staff, or just to send individual responses back to students. But I think for me, the main advantage of the shorts is to be able to show students or other staff members around your desktop without having to necessarily ring them. If I had to do that with all of my students to tell them how to access Flick Learning, it's obviously going to take me a long time. But I can do that. I can copy my shorts now, and I can share my shorts video. So this was an example of the Flick Learning. I'm not going to play it.
Hi guys.
But once again, I can share this. Gives me a link, and I can share it into the student team page. So that was a whistle-top tour of Flipgrid. Let me go back. Like I said, I completely understand that I have gone through that rapid fire. So if anybody does need any additional support or additional help, then please feel free to get in touch. Happy with that, John? John's gone.
I'm still here, don't worry. You always ask me when I'm tinkering on my computer.
Just when you're doing something.
Yeah, cracking. Yeah, cheers, Adam. So we've done all the questions on there. If people navigate into the question and answer tab, I have actually put in there a Wakelet, because we won't really have much time to wait. I'll literally just show people what it is, and then while I'm doing this, if you have any Flipgrid questions, post them in there. What I would say is, if you did come for Wakelet, I do apologise.
we can run a separate one on Wakelet, can't we, John?
We'll do it in 2021. Right. So I'm just gonna share my my Wakelet screen then. So can you see that? Oh no, I need to tab back in, just bear with me. Share. So hopefully you can see that, Adam.
Yeah, we can see that now.
Lovely. Okay,
yeah.
I'll just bring my camera back on. So yeah, so with Wakelet then, we literally use it in college for quite a lot of sharing best practice among teaching staff. So the one that you can see there on the screen is a TLA one that Adam himself set up. Just going to navigate into the hybrid learning one that I'd done as a contribution to this. So Wakelet gives you a few things. So basically, I will show you really quickly how to start one, but this is one that I've made, and it's basically like a blog. So I've chosen this one to be in a linear fashion, but it's my opportunity to just do a bit of research, do a bit of individual sort of CPD, and then what I have done is shared this with Adam. So you can choose to invite people, similar with Flipgrid. You can choose QR codes, post it into your social, things like that. You can choose to send the sort of URL. You can share it straight into your Twitter or anything like that. So that'll just load up your Twitter feed. I'll come off that and just go back into the Wakelet. So you can do quite a lot of things with regards to the actual collection. This is how you edit them. Really easy. You can't break them. So just clicking on edit in the top. Just see. There we go. So it brings up a slightly different view. First thing that you can do with the cover, you can either edit the cover or choose to have it as a different sort of style, if you like. So you can choose full cover or hide the cover. If you wanted it really visually striking, you can put a full cover image on it. You can then also, rather than having it as a linear blog, you can have it as a grid view or a media view. Some people like the mood board, so if I just select that and just show you what that would look like. Anytime it's sort of making changes, it just does it up in the top. But a mood board would look like that, so just different bits. Sometimes if you've made it in linear though, and you've explained something, changing it into a mood board, sometimes it messes up the order. So the other thing really to show you, if I just press done, that'll show you how to finish it. What we've got, Wakelet's really good for sort of having individual collections. So if I just navigate back my my homepage, you just basically, so this is a teaching and learning one with 4 members. So if I just show you, it's got a few members from our TLA team in there. We've just added our own individual collections. We haven't published it, so it's just a private space for us. You do in Wakelet get your own sort of public, so your own private one. This is one that I've shared with students, so you can see the padlock there. It's literally just shared with people with our domain name. And it was just a lesson that I'd done. So I've imported a sway that we used in terms of microscopy and things like that. You can put YouTube videos in. It's just a really useful way to share collections of resources. And the way you share it, like the other one, you can sort of change the padlock. You can make it public. But with us, what we can do is just share it within the actual organisation, and then students feel a bit safer. So I'm going to. That was like Wakelet in 5 minutes. Adam, before he actually started, was thinking that his section would be half an hour too short. So and I was like, no, don't worry, we'll probably not have enough time for Wakelet. And we didn't. Have we got any? We've got a few questions, Adam. If you want to just navigate into the Q&A, and I'll flip between my screen and your screen, and just if you want to take any of those questions. Have you got them in front of you?
Yeah.
So what have we got? So you click on the new. So what are your contact details, please, Adam? So I think just broadcast your mobile number off the over the entire internet, please, for us. So this is someone who's trying to chat you up, I think.
Is it? It's apb@wilberforce.ac.uk.
Cool. And yeah, so someone's put this will be Mark. He's put will you just check if he's uploaded a video onto Flipgrid, because he's put I did. He is lagged as he joined late. That's the Wi-Fi over at Wike. You haven't got our 100 gigabyte connection over at Wilberforce.
Has he recorded a response? I will double check.
Yeah, have a look. Check his own work. And then we've got Snacks Guys from another anonymous. People don't want to post their names, but no, it's been an absolute pleasure. I'll just send Adam into the screen so he can say a goodbye to you all. But yeah, have a nice evening. Stay safe, everyone, from me. And yeah, thanks for joining us. There is a form in the Q&A. If you could please fill it in, just to give us basically, if you do want to join the Teach Meet, which is on, was it the 8th?
Yeah, the 8th, Tuesday the 8th.
8th of December, 4 till 6 p.m. But you can join later if you've got travel. But please do fill in that form, because we're not running it as a live event. We do need your email. Cheers. Right, over to you, Adam.
Okay, thanks again. Just echo what John said. Thank you for taking the time. As we said earlier, I'm no expert on Flipgrid, but I've used it a lot. And if you've learnt one thing from that video, then that's all it's about. It's fabulous. It's sharing good practice. So take care, everybody, and thanks for joining again.